Hello, everybody. Kurt Risch here, and thank you for joining me on One Shepherd. So, today we are continuing with our reading of the New Testament book of Hebrews, chapter 2. Therefore, we must give the more earnest heed to the things we have heard, lest we drift away. For if the word spoken through angels proved steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just reward, how shall we escape if we neglect so great a salvation, which at first began to be spoken by the Lord, and was confirmed to us by those who heard him? God also bearing witness both with signs and wonders, with various miracles and gifts of the Holy Spirit according to his own will. For he has not put the world to come, of which we speak, in subjection to angels, but one testified in a certain place, saying, and this is a quote of Psalm 8. What is man that you are mindful of him, or the Son of Man that you take care of him? You have made him a little lower than the angels. You have crowned him with the glory and honor, and set him over the works of your hands. You have put all things in subjection under his feet. And I would like to point something out here, guys. In verse 7, it says a little lower than angels. This is a problem in translation from the Hebrew to the Greek. If you go back to the original Psalm 8, it actually says a little lower than God, which is significantly different in the sense that man was given power over all of creation, which this clearly references, and creation being even the angels. All right, let's continue with verse 8 here. For in that he put all in subjection under him, he left nothing that is not put under him. But now we do not see all things put under him, but we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels, for the suffering of death, crowned with the glory and honor, that he, by the grace of God, might taste death for everyone. So through Jesus, as this explains, we were put or given the power over all of creation. All right, continuing with verse 10. For it was fitting for him, for whom all are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons to glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. For both he who sanctifies and those who are being sanctified are all of one, for which reason he is not ashamed to call them brethren, saying, I will declare your name to my brethren. In the midst of the assembly I will sing praise to you. We do have a word study here, guys. The word is captain. The Greek is archegos, Strong's Concordance number 747. The Greek word for captain means pioneer or leader. It literally means the first one to lead the way, from the ark, the first, and ago, to lead. To express this idea of leadership, the word is translated as prince, and in Hebrew 12:2 as the author. Thus, the writer of Hebrews is emphasizing that Jesus endured suffering and temptation on this earth in order to become a perfect leader. He's not only sinless, but also can sympathize with our difficulties in following his perfect way, the way that leads to glory. All right, continuing with verse 13. And again, I will put my trust in him. And again, here am I and the children whom God has given me. Inasmuch then as the children have partaken of the flesh and the blood, he himself likewise shared in the same, that through death he might destroy him who had the power of death, that is, the devil, and release those who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. For indeed, he does not give aid to angels, but he does give aid to the seed of Abraham. Therefore, in all things, he had to be made like his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in the things pertaining to God, to make a propitiation for the sin of the people. For in that he himself has suffered, being tempted, he is able to aid those who are tempted. Guys, that's it for our reading of the New Testament book of Hebrews, chapter 2. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to like and subscribe below. May you have a great day, and God bless.